Post office. On a hill overlooking the sea, there is a post office. When I stayed in that village for a few days, I gazed at the post office for a long time, as if looking with beating heart at the house of a former sweetheart. Surrounded by a low chuja tree fence, the post office had a red mailbox set in front of the door, and all day long I kept rubbing my dim eyes or digging at my ears. The post office looked like an old, lazy animal, but I could not understand that laziness. Excuse me, but I could understand that. Long before I came here, the post office had probably been gazing at the horizon until its eyes were sore, while the sound of waves must have piled up like sand in its ears. I talk about time, but I would never blame time in a loud voice. Once, when I went to the post office to send off a postcard, I met a line of kindergarten kids going for a picnic. Perhaps there might have been a boy thinking that the mailbox looked like a red-hot crab apple or a goblin ready to eat the letters, as I did in my childhood. Then, by the time a beard has grown thick beneath the boy's nose, he will have ceased imagining things about mailboxes. There will be days when he stows away in a pocket in his heart a letter he could not send. And there will be more days when he waits alone for a letter that does not come. When I think about how love is like a shadow on the far side of desire, life sometimes grows sorrowful without cause. If I meet people again on the street who say they know everything about love, about life, without ever writing a single letter in the post office, I grow sad like the corners of an envelope. As dusk grows sad when the time comes for the sea to close its doors, even if the postmaster disapproves, in a hurry to go home. At the seaside post office, I find myself wanting to write with a fountain pen a letter that smells of ink. I find myself wanting to be a boy writing a long letter addressed to myself, saying that I do not love in order to survive in this world, but that I live in order to love. Yes. And that therefore I long for a poem like warm soup, that I long for a love affair with a woman rather than for a woman, and that I long for clear, cold liquor. And when salt-like stars pour down on the nighttime salt ponds at the window of an inn room where the seaside post office is visible, I think about the bicycle the postman rides slowly, slowly, knowing just where he has to stop, and about how all the roads of this world, after gathering and heading toward the post office, scatter again, with some heading for mountain valleys, and how the road does not break off at the edge of the seaside cliffs, but crosses straight across the distant sea. And sometimes, feeling lonely, as I draw the sound of the waves on a stamp or pull on the horizon, then let it go again, I think how good it would be if I too could grow old like the seaside post office. Wow.